Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Elizabeth A. Corshu. I am the founder and CEO of Nurse Exec Innovations, a resilience leadership global health consulting firm, as well as the newly authoress of the book titled Beyond the Vision. I am also the curator of the podcast titled Pass the Mic. Some of you are probably saying, what is Pass the Mic? Who is Pass the Mic? Well, Pass the Mic is a platform established for visionaries, game changers, and advocates looking to execute their global footprints in society in the areas of healthcare, business, education, technology, culture, fashion, and so much more. This month, which is March 21st, 2020, having a Women's Her Story Empower Her series. And I am so delighted to have my special guest, which is also my double soror. She's a sorority sister of Chi Eta Phi Nursing Sorority Incorporated, as well as my soror of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and newly minted. Actually, I didn't get a chance to ever call her doctor because I believe it's now maybe this broadcast, I get to address her as Dr. Regina McKinney. Yes. So congratulations. And I'm going to bring her in and let her introduce herself as to who she is as a woman, what does it mean to be a woman, and she can continue to give us a brief intro. Thank you. I pass the
Look,
virtual mic over to you.
thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for this opportunity to provide me to come to this platform to tell my story. And I definitely hope it will inspire some young women, young girls to go for their dreams and never stop dreaming. My name is Dr. Regina McKinney. And I would like to say first, I am God's child. I am a wife, a mother, a sister. I'm a certified registered nurse anesthetist, and I am the CEO and founder of Nursing Cap Incorporated. I graduated from Hampton High School in 1984, and I received a bachelor's degree in nursing from Hampton University. Um, uh, Probably about 12 years later, I went on to Old Dominion University and received my master's in nurse anesthesia. I've been a certified registered nurse anesthetist since 2000, and I completed my Doctor of Nursing Practice degree from Chatham University in 2022. But I can tell anyone my greatest accomplishment is being a mother. I'm a mother of two. I have two beautiful children, my daughter Jasmine and my son Rashawn. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So I'm going to, did you mention that your wife as well? I don't recall. I didn't
Oh
hear that.
yes, uh-huh, yeah. Wife,
Okay.
mother.
Okay. And I just wanted to basically ask the first question, which is how does Dr. McKinney, so for the purpose of this broadcast, I will have to get used to calling you doctor, but what would you like me to prefer me to call you? Dr. McKinney, or would you like me to call you Regina?
Oh, Regina.
Sor, what do you
Yeah,
prefer I call you?
yeah. You can call me Soror or Regina. That's fine.
Regina? Thank you. Okay, or I'll say Dr. Regina. Okay. So, Dr. Regina, in regards to empower her herself, How does, because as nurses, we are such nurturers, we're such givers, we're such lovers of people, always giving to others and doing for others. How do you empower yourself first? And then how do you empower others within your community, other women, other people
Mhm.
around you?
First, I empower myself by being true to myself and my values. I have always embraced my God's given gifts and not compromise on my integrity to fit in a world full of copycats. That is one of the things that my mother had always taught us to, some places you don't really want to fit in, so just be true to yourself and what the Lord has blessed you with and be happy with that. Um, I I definitely always encourage young women to step out of
Hmm.
their comfort zone because that is where the magic happens. And I remember being in high school, being shy and not stepping out of my comfort zone. And my mother telling me, and I didn't realize that 2 years later she was going to pass, but she had told me, you have to be all that God created you to be. You have to step out of your comfort zone and you have to go and do things for yourself. So that is something that I always encourage young girls to do. That is basically one of the reasons why I went to nurse anesthesia school, and that was a major accomplishment for me. I definitely had to step out of my comfort zone there. It allowed me to embrace new challenges and new opportunities that came along the way. And I definitely know that it is one of the reasons why I was able to start a nonprofit because of the blessings and stuff that I have received from being a CRNA. Another experience was starting Nursing Cap Incorporated. I definitely stepped out of my comfort zone there. Uh, well, number one, I really didn't want, I was afraid to
Mm.
tackle something and not finish it, uh, especially dealing with young girls and men and just the children in my community. So those are some of the things that we do in Nursing Cap. We provide mentoring, tutoring, and career development services. And I, and you probably know we've had some great mentors in our lives. I can recall some of my great mentors in nursing that has molded me into the nurse that I am today. And I mean, I'm just blessed by them.
Hmm.
Being a brand new nurse out of nursing school, and being scared of things and working in the ICU. So I definitely feel that the most effective way to empower young women is to serve as a mentor. So by mentoring youth and especially young women, I have found that I'm able to effectively provide, valuable resources to them and develop, them into young ladies, into women that are confident, strong, and kind. Um, it has certainly been my Christian faith and my strong belief in mentoring to impact the youth in my community is one of the reasons why we started Nursing Cap Incorporated in 2013. The organization, we became a 501c3 in 2015. So we have been um, a program to introduce minority, first generation of college students and economically disadvantaged students in middle and high school to nursing, STEM, and healthcare careers. Is a free program. We provide a supportive environment for students through mentoring and enhancing self-esteem. We feel that it is comprehensive development for the students that have come through our program. And it has definitely been a labor of love for everyone that has been involved with the board members and so forth. And we have I know I thoroughly enjoy mentoring the youth in my community and find it to be very rewarding. Um, Prayerfully by July of 2024, would have given out over 28,000 in scholarships. That is something that we started in 2021.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
Wow. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Yes. Yeah. Well, considering I don't think you were at those numbers ago. So that from 4 years ago when we first spoke
Hmm.
on Path Mike. So congratulations to
Thank you.
everyone that is supporting your mission. So yes, yeah. So in the next question I wanted to ask is in regards to God and faith, what does that look like for integral? How integral part of your life is God and faith? Is it a daily part of your life? Is it somewhat part of your life? Can you kind of share with the audience what Dr. Regina's life looks like? Because like I always like to say, you gotta faith it till you make it. And people will say, "Oh, you look so calm, Elizabeth. You look," because I have a lot of faith.
Hmm.
So, what does God and faith look like for Dr. Regina's daily life?
Yeah, without my relationship with the Lord, I am nothing. I definitely grew up with a praying mother and grandmother, and I know that she prayed for us. Both of them prayed for us daily that we would go on to college and become educated and reach back and help. Um, Someone, that was one of the things that my mother always taught us. Once you get yours, go back and pull someone else along the way with you. Um, my God and faith is what sustains my walk, my everyday walk. No matter if it's the beauty and the joys and the valleys. I I am nothing without the Lord. I know that the Lord is always with me, and He will never leave
Mm-hmm.
me. It has certainly gotten me through, anesthesia school when you're in a field where you don't see people that look like you. And still to this day, you know, every morning before I even
Mm-hmm.
walk into the operating room or
Mm-hmm.
into the locker room, I'm praying to the Lord to help guide me so I can do the best, to take care of my patients on a daily basis. Um, he has certainly been my protector, my healer. He has delivered me and still is, on those days where you're just you have so much on your mind and you can just
Yes.
still go to work with a smile on your face and people just don't know what you're going through. He always tells us that he's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask for or think for. I had one of my sorors, she said, Regina, your smile just brighten up my day. Every time I see you, you're always smiling. I said, well, I'm smiling, but you don't know that I'm hurting inside too. So, we're all blessed, so, and I know that my faith is the one that has gotten me through everything in life.
And I just wanted to kind of share with the audience. I know you had mentioned CRNA and anesthetist, but just so we can be very clear, like my father loved to say, his late father used to say in his African accent, let's be crystal clear. Um, Dr. Regina is the CRNA that puts you to sleep. She administers anesthesia before you actually go under for any type of procedure. That's such a grueling, intense program, And as you mentioned, not too many people of color um, make it in that particular specialty. Is that correct? Am I correct to say that? It's usually
Yes.
what is the percentage now? Because I know the percentage was
Uh,
very
yeah. But now, if you're looking at the amount of
yeah.
minorities,
So if
you're
you
looking
see a
at
black male or
uh,
female, go ahead.
10 to,
Uh,
if you're looking at the amount of minorities, you're looking at about 10 to 11%. But then when you break it down into African Americans, you're only looking at 3 to 4%. And definitely Dr. Gould, Belina Gould, she has all the info with that on diversity CRNA, because she has been aggressively trying to increase the minorities in the field of nurse anesthesia. Yep. So you're in a field
yes.
where
Shout
you don't
out to
see many people that look like you. So,
Dr. Is it Lena Gould?
uh-huh. Yes.
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 So special shout out to Dr. Lena Gould. Yeah, it's not easy. So anybody aspiring to be a CRNA, feel free. You can always hit up Dr. Regina McKinney on LinkedIn. She's on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So in regards to your talents and gifts, what do you feel are God-given talents or gifts or characteristic traits?
Mhm. Yeah. The talents and gift I share with throughout any organizations that I'm a part of, definitely feel that over the years I have uh, grant writing is certainly one, and I've honed those skills by, being the executive director of Nursing Cap. We have a grant writing committee. um, Fundraising, event planning. It's something that I used to not like to do, but running this nonprofit, I've been able to. We have a fundraising committee, and uh, we have program leaders that actually work with the programs. But we do a lot of events, not only for the students, but for the board and our donors to raise funds. And then just program development, is a skill that I have accomplished too. And so like I mentioned before, I use all these skills in all the facets of my life, um, and in any organization that I serve. Um, I'm often reminded of, how you want people to remember you by some characteristic traits. And I have definitely always wanted to show up in the world as someone that is, trustworthy, um, honest, kind. As nurses, we're caring and compassionate and just empathetic. One of the things that I have always encouraged my kids to do is always finish something you start. So that is something that I have done in my life as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. So the last and final question I have for you, and I actually wrote it in the book, and I'm pretty sure the number is still going up. Um, this global pandemic that came struck us all by surprise, which literally shut down the world 4 years ago. In March of were lost, at least from the time when I wrote the book in 2022. Um, what does Dr. Regina differently since since we've survived the pandemic, and what do you value about your life since we've survived the pandemic? Because a lot of people, even though we are off the all the restrictions, but there's a lot of people still struggling mentally,
Mhm.
physically, emotionally, financially. Um, and as nurses, as doctors, as healthcare workers, frontline workers, we definitely what it didn't matter if you were administrator of CEO, CNO, you felt the brunt of
Mhm.
that you felt the brunt of that experience. So what do you value about your life, Dr. Regina, more so since this pandemic, and what do you do differently since the pandemic?
Um, well, prior to the pandemic, I've always, valued my Christian faith and family, but more so now than ever. Sometimes I think we take it for granted. Um, our family members, our extended families, and stuff. So um, I lost my father probably about 6 years ago now. So family has always been important to me. So, so I can certainly say that my Christian faith and family certainly brought me through the pandemic, you know. Um, and I mean, I found I found solace in just my relationship with God, and having faith that no matter what storm I'm going through or my family's going through, that He will provide a way for us, um, and definitely being surrounded by my family members. I know that I have truly discovered my sense of purpose in life, and just having peace and knowing that no matter what,
Mhm.
you are walking
Yes.
what the Lord wants you to do in your life, and you can just have peace about that. No matter what others are doing, you're satisfied and content with what the Lord has blessed you with. And I definitely know that, once you feel that you wake up every day and you know that you're blessed and you're
Mhm.
thankful, not for his grace, for his mercy. And those are some of the things that I found dear, because no matter what, that pandemic affected everyone. I don't care how much money you had, you were shut in, so
Everyone.
yeah. So it definitely, it definitely makes you, it made you just sit down
There was
and,
no escaping it.
yeah, be still, and listen and enjoy your family and one another. Um, and like I said, with each passing day, I'm often reminded of the blessings that the Lord has bestowed upon me and my family, and I just want to continue to be a blessing to others. And I know that we are definitely doing that through nursing cap and other parts of my life as well.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you. Thank you. I just want to ask you if anyone wants to get in contact with you. Thank you so much for all those beautiful gems, all the wonderful uh, experiences and expressions of everything that you do in the community to empower the youth and young women, and increasing self-esteem, because especially in this time that we live in of social media, it's so challenging, not only for the young teens or young ladies, but also for the parents.
Mhm.
So special kudos to you and the board, executive board. But if you can just, if they want to reach out to you, what would be the best way to get in contact with Dr. Regina?
You can certainly contact me through Nursing Cap Incorporated. Our website is www.nursingcap.org. And there's a contact form on the website that goes to our email. So that is definitely a way that you can contact me. I'm also on LinkedIn as Regina Daniels McKinney.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just going to close out with a quote because that's what I've been doing for parting words that you'd like to say to the audience before I close out with a quote.
Yeah. Elizabeth, I certainly want to thank you for providing this platform and including me in your 31 women that you want to do your Empower Her series. And I definitely do not take what we're doing for granted. And I feel that, we are making an impact in our community. So thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you for rising to the challenge, considering it was kind of a last minute request. But I thank you so much for finding time out of your busy schedule,
Oh, you're
Dr.
welcome.
Regina. So I'm going to close out with this quote, if it's okay with you.
Yes.
So thank you. So it says, behind every great woman is another great woman. And Dr. Regina McKinney, you are a great woman. You're always willing to rise and step out of your, like you said earlier, your comfort zone. So I thank you. I hope we can connect. I know you're down in Virginia. I hope if there's a future event, you can let me know in advance so I could put it on my calendar and
Okay.
in some way, because we have to support one another. That's one of the biggest things that you have to do is the support. So take care. God bless. Have a great evening.